Hey folks, welcome to another Triple T Thursday. For those just joining us, that's tools, tips, and talk, where we'll discuss info for the knife maker. In my first Triple T of the year, I wanted to discuss goals. Not just my goals for 2024, but also what were my goals for last year. And we're going to cover both of those. So I like to split my goals into three little sections: my education goals, my shop goals, and my business goals. So let's start out with what were my goals for 2023 in these areas. So first up, education goals. So last year for education, I wanted to learn a bunch of new patterns, Damascus patterns. I wanted to do a bunch of new collaborations. I did the Knife Print Masterclass series, which was really fun, and learned a bunch of new patterns last year. So I think that was definitely a success. So for shop goals, I wanted to build up some of my tooling in the shop last year. So I spent a lot of time and money on that. Things like the vertical heat treat oven, a new drill press, a bunch of small tools, the air system, the blast cabinet. So just to get ready for 2024, and you'll see why. As for business goals, last year one of my big goals was to move Tyrell Knifeworks into a corporation, and I did that for tax reasons, and really spending a lot more time on the business and how to manage the business. So that was a big step for me. I learned a lot last year. I guess you can put it in the education area as well, but learned a lot. As far as other business goals, I wanted to develop a bunch of tooling. So I was already working on the mag chucks for the surface grinders, so I continued to make those. And of course, in 2023, I announced the sharpening attachment for the 2x72. If you're not familiar with those, there's links up in the corner. So I'm going to continue that in 2024. One of the things that I started offering last year was classes. I started with some kind of advanced Damascus classes and moved on to introduction classes. So I'm going to be continuing that this year. So let's talk about 2024. So in the first half of this year, I want to focus on Damascus patterns, some complex Damascus patterns, and do a bunch of those. And you'll see some of those start to develop. And I'm going to talk about one that I'm working on right now. Also, the latter half of the year, I'm going to focus on folders. So I want to make, I won't say a move, but I want to be able to learn folders and have that as something I offer. So stay tuned. We're going to be working on some folders in the second half of the year. For shop goals, for new tooling, I actually already got a new lathe that should be here in another week or two. So that's exciting. You'll see lots of videos on that lathe and using that lathe. One of the other tools I think I'm going to buy this year is an induction forge. So stay tuned. You'll see some usages of that. Not too many other shop goals this year. The shop is pretty much the way I want it, and I'm out of room, so I can't put a ton of new tools in here. A lot of my focus is going to be on the education goals and some of the business goals. So we talked about some new tooling. So I will be working on a new tool offering, and I'm going to give you guys a glimpse in this video at the end. So stay tuned. Let's go down to the table. I'll talk about the new Damascus patterns and the projects that I have underway. Hey folks, wanted to mention our sponsor, Maritime Knife Supply. If you need anything for knife making, whether it's steel, hand material, tools, equipment, whatever it is, you can get it at Maritime Knife Supply. They even carry the perfect blade sharpening attachment by yours truly. So if you're up in Canada and you need a sharpening attachment, go get one at Maritime. So first up, here's a couple of knives that I just finished today. These are just some of my sand taggers. These are AEBL that's been stonewashed. I went a little lighter just to have something different. So this one's in spalted mango, I believe. And then this one is in carbon fiber. And they both have blue liners. So yeah, pretty cool. These will be up on the website probably tonight if you're watching this Thursday. So those, then I got a bunch of items I'm working on. This is a Damascus Bowie knife. And this Damascus has been sitting in my drawer for quite a while. I don't remember what it is. I do know that it has nickel shim in it. So it's a layered construction, and it's probably got a Damascus cladding. So it'll be a surprise for me because I don't remember what it is. But stay tuned. I went into, as you can see, I went into my drawer of Damascus, and I had a little sliver of feather from the spear, the Viking spear, and so I thought I would make something from it, and a lot of people have asked me to do a kris, so I'm making a little kris dagger out of this. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. So stay tuned for that. And then you may remember from my Damascus series the 3D printed sharks. So that's what this is, and this is also one of the new knife models that I'm coming out with. This is a little longer. I'm going to be making an EDC version of this one, so stay tuned for that. As far as actual Damascus patterns, this is one that I'm working on right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this already, but this is 450 layer random pattern integral chef knife, and you can see it kind of looks like Swiss cheese. That's because I'm going to be plug welding, meaning drilling holes and embedding this Damascus into it, and this is a explosion pattern star. So you'll see what that looks like pretty soon, but excited about this one. There's actually two of these. One's rigged up in the mill right now to do the holes, but there'll be two very similar in this set, so stay tuned for that. So I said I was going to be working on some new tooling. Well, here it is. This is what I plan on productizing this year. If you haven't guessed just by looking at it, this is a sanding machine. So we all hate hand sanding as knife makers, so this is going to help with that. So you bolt the blade down onto the table here, and again, this is a prototype, so you know I'm still working out the bugs here. But when you turn it on, it is going to let you sand. Okay, with very little effort, you're just holding this piece. And of course, it's variable speed, and it's also variable stroke. By extending this, you can extend the stroke. So I've used it on a knife already. I'm going to be just playing with it and developing it some more. And just testing it out, but then I got to figure out how to productize this. So stay tuned. I think this is going to be a really exciting project, and I think a lot of people are going to want one of these. It's already helped me. I think it's made the hand sanding go at least twice as fast on the last set of knives that I did. So stay tuned on this. You'll be hearing more about this little guy, mostly on Instagram until I'm really ready to productize this, and then you'll see some videos. So stay tuned, and if you're interested in this project, then send me an email, reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll add you to the list. Thanks, folks. We'll see you on the next one, and have a great year. Set up your goals and see what you want to do this year.